Okay, so we have the eye and the nose, but I need to connect them. So how do we do that? So to bridge them, I need to combine these two objects into one object. Because if you look at the side, there's two poly surfaces in the outliner, and I need there to be only one. So I need to grab both of them and go to Mesh and combine them into a single mesh. The other ones are still out there, which is kind of odd. But that's because if you look at the history, it remembers everything you have done so far. These are all the extrudes I did in my building this object, with the unite being the last one. If I grab one of these transforms that are left out, I can still move the parts, even though they're combined, because these two groups are the originals for the combine, and they are still, you can still mess with them. If I'm sure I want this, I'm happy with it, and I just want to keep the combined objects, I need to get rid of my history. So this would be a good point to delete all by type history. Makes those two polygroups go away, and I'm just left with polysurface 3, and I can even start calling this face geo or whatever, or more descriptive for the guy who I'm building. So now I can connect these. I've not done too bad of a job lining those polygons out. There's like 3 out here, and then this sort of lines out. This is probably workable. I might actually want to do this, bring these up a bit in, so I also need to bring them back a bit then, and insert one more edge loop up there. I can use different tools for this, but this is just a convenient tool to just get some more geometry. Now I'm going to select the edges over here. And the edges over here. Probably these would be the good edges. And this thing you can actually do from the new modeling toolbox, the bridge, which will just bridge those two, and now they're in one single object. And that's basically how you polymodel an object. You start off with really simple, building a nose, building the eye loop. Next thing would be to do the same thing around the mouth, build half a mouth loop. This is sort of what I end up with after building also half a mouth, connecting it to the nose, and then trying to keep everything quads. That's one of the things I try to do. But he's only half a guy. And I did it intentionally because most people are symmetrical, sort of. This guy happens to be very asymmetrical, but you build him symmetrical, and at the end, once you've got the basic shape down, then you start pulling stuff to be asymmetrical. So how do I now, because he's actually just polygonal like this is just the smooth version. How do I now mirror him across? In Mesh, there's a mirror geometry option. And if I hit the options, I can choose how to mirror him. The default is +X, which would be that way. If I do that, we get another head over there. That's not what we want. So I want -X to copy him that way. And I can merge vertices, meaning that the things that are around which it is mirrored are actually merged into one. So let's see what this does. Well, pretty good. The only thing that went wrong is that his mouth is now suddenly closed, because those vertices were so close together that the mirror algorithm thought, I have to merge these. But the thing about Maya is that it remembers everything it's done. So you can even, after the fact, change your merge threshold to be like half of what it is by default, 0.05, and it pops my mouth right back open. So I'm building at a scale where the default merge is just too big, and if I lower that value a little, it does work. And it's completely smooth. There's no seam in the middle because it merged all these vertices together.